Hello and welcome to my channel Grilled in Colors. I am Ritu Agarwal and today we are going to work on fridge magnets. So I am going to work on a lot of surfaces, a lot of different shapes of magnets. So basically all the surface is wood only, and so we'll start with sealing the wood, that is priming the surface using gesso. So I have different shapes, but I'll be working on 2-3 shapes like you saw in the picture. So let's start with priming the surface. All the surface needs to be covered with gesso first. So we'll be priming the surface using sponge. You can also use brush if you want to, but I like to have sponge because it gives a thick layer first of all, and there's no brush stroke issue, and plus it gives a nice texture. So once you have primed the surface, you can let it dry. Just to speed up, I have already dried it, and I'm working on these 4 surfaces. So in my other videos I have been using a transfer sheet, and I have been using stencils and stamps, and you can also use some 3D molds, clay molds you can use with clay, air dry clay, and then paint it and put. So different ways you can make the magnets, but today I'm not going to use much of different tools, you can say. We'll be doing the simple procedure so that it is easily available for all and everybody can try doing that. So I am using all acrylic colors. After gessoing the surface, after priming the surface using gesso, allow it to dry, and then you can choose your own colors and paint it. So I'm using 2-3 combination of colors, and I'm going to paint it. So I'm using different colors on different surfaces. There's no fixed plan behind it. You can use any colors. You can choose colors of your choice. Now obviously this shape is like apple, so I'm using green for the leaves and red for the base, but I'm trying to give little shade inside the apple. So I don't want it to be a flat color because I like shaded ones. So generally little bit of shading will be there in all of the fridge magnets, all of the colorings, and then we'll be giving a little distress effect on the sides also, so that it gives a finished look. So I like to do a lot of fridge magnets. I like to collect fridge magnets. In fact, some are handmade, some are some unique ones which I get from some places. And my brother used to. My brother is a very good avid traveler, so he used to visit a lot of countries and places, and he knew that I like collecting magnets, so even he used to contribute. So there are a lot of magnets which are there on my fridge from different places. It's also a hobby for a lot of people, and I am one of them. So I hope you also enjoy making magnets and collect it with some quirky quotes, nice quirky quotes, some inspirational quotes. If you are that kind of person who gets inspired by looking at some message, you can definitely put in some quirky and inspirational quotes on the magnets, some funny creatures, or shapes and prints and designs which makes you laugh or smile by looking at it. So there are a lot of things which you can do with the magnets, and not necessarily you need these MDF surfaces for that. You can use some junk materials also. Someday I will do a video with junk materials fridge magnet, so I'm sure you'll enjoy that too, because those are easily available materials. And the magnet which we'll be using for this for the behind surface, that can be found on any stationery shop. So on this one I'm doing the decoupage. Okay, so this is a sheet which I have printed with some design. It's like a tile, so I'm going to give a tile effect to this, and then we can put a small Ganesha or any miniature cartoon or creature on top of it, just for the magnet. Or even if you have a cutout, MDF cutout of some sentiment or something, you can place on top of that. I am just going to leave it like that. So this is a decoupage glue. I have just painted on the sides because rest of the part is going to hide behind the picture. So I'm doing a decoupage of this paper on the surface, and the paint is still not dried up. So after placing the glue, when I'm trying to adhere it, then the color is coming on the brush. So I'm just wiping it and then trying to put it so that the print doesn't get spoiled with the color. So we'll allow it to dry, and then we'll use a little distressing towards the sides so that it is giving a good finish. It doesn't look incomplete, or it doesn't look like it is the edges of the paper are not so much visible. We have to blend it. So I'm using this stencil to slightly give a little texture to the paint, which I have already done because it looks very plain. So this is like wood effect. Usually in pine woods you'll get this kind of texture. This. I'm slightly off the camera, so please excuse me. I hope you understand what I'm doing. I'm just putting the stencil and dabbing my sponge with very very light color, or you can use stencil brush. I'm using stencil brush. I can also use sponge. So I'm just taking very very light color, removing the excess from my brush by wiping on the newspaper, just to give a slight texture like you can see in the bottle one. So this is a stencil which has 3-4 designs into it. So I'm just randomly using some patterns here and there. So this is all not planned. It is like you can use any pattern, anything which you feel is good. I'm little off the camera, so please excuse me, but I hope you understand. It's a simple technique. So basically just a little faded stenciling here and there. And now I'm going to do the distressing which I was talking about towards the edges. So I'm going to cover all the edges with a little brown, and if required a little pinch of drop of black color. So it won't be much, it will be very very less amount of brown. And yes, so for distressing you should always use the angular brush. So angular brush works best because at one side you will be having a little color on the tip, like this is an angular brush, and on the other side there will be water. So it's like giving faded effect without you bothering to have a straight line. It should give a faded line. So just like here you can see, it gives a nice distress finish. Let me know in comments if you like to make magnets or collect magnets, what kind of collections you have. Do you like the sentiment ones, or you like the place magnets, or you like inspirational quotes, or you like the funny ones with some funny creatures. So side color you could have chosen anything. I mean, I have chosen blue, but you could have chosen any other color, red or green or yellow, whatever is your favorite color, or whatever goes well with the design that you have chosen. So my intention is not to highlight the teal blue color. I am just giving it a ragged look. That means a little faded ones, a little whitey, little brownish, and little teal effect here and there, and if required a little bit of black. I'll be covering the sides also with the dark color, dark shades like black or brown. So just for you to see it closely, I'm bringing it closer to the camera. You can see I'm just giving it a faded look, I don't want the colors to shout out very brightly. This also gives a finished look to your project, because if you leave the colors like that, it kind of doesn't look good to me. If you are okay, if you find it okay, you can leave it, no problem. But for me, I like to cover the edges so that it looks finished, So when all the magnets are done, I'll be using stencil. You can do hand art also. On one of the magnets, I'm going to use a thin brush to do stenciling. So I'm going to put a coat here. Now some of the coats are really big, which is not going to fit inside the magnets, so whichever is going to fit, I'm going to put it there. So I'm going to stencil this coat here on this one. You need a newspaper to absorb excess moisture of the color in your brush. So I'm going to use stencil brush, and after dipping it in the color, I'm wiping it thoroughly in the newspaper so that it absorbs the excess colors. And once the excess colors are not there, you can then use your brush and in the circular movement on the stencil so that you have a faded effect, and make sure you cover all the edges properly. And that's it. Once you are done covering all the edges, then you can just lift the stencil and see the magic. Believe you can is the quote. So here in the apple one, I'm going to do stenciling on this quote which says life is a gift. Yes, so you can use any color, but I think because the background is lighter tone, that is yellow, red, so I'm using darker tone for the quotes, which makes sense, right? So I'm using dark blue and black, which looks almost like black. So here this one is a very thin one, the bottle one. So I'm not going to use stencil, I'm going to hand draw the letters. I'm going to use the same coat, a little different one, a little different text or font, but essentially it is the same coat. So I'm just going to hand letter it. So if you know calligraphy, if you have learned calligraphy, wonderful, you will add magic to your project. You don't need stencil at all. You don't need to invest in stencil if you know calligraphy. But if you don't know calligraphy, it is still okay, you can write it anyways. And if you're not comfortable writing it yourself, you can anyways use some coat or some napkins where they have some coat, or you can stamp some coat on the napkin and then decoupage it on the surface. So there are a lot of possibilities in which way you can decorate your magnets. So in this video I'm not going to show you how to put the magnets because it is very simple. There is a small magnet which comes in any stationery shop, and you can just place on behind at proper position so that it is kind of in middle of the entire magnet, and you can just simply paste it using the white glue or the Fevicol. Don't use the thin glue, just try to use the thicker one, which is the normal Fevicol, and it should be adhered properly because I use that only and it works for me, so I hope you enjoyed this one. You can this was very simple. Okay, so I am not using any tools much or any other embellishments or decoupage or things much, although I showed you a little bit of decoupage with a simple paper which you can print using your printer, because I didn't wanted to use any special tool because sometimes it is not available for everybody and nobody is ready to invest also. You might not be ready to invest, so that's the reason. But eventually you can make magnets in many ways just by painting. That is the idea. And after varnishing, this is the final piece. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and like my channel. See you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.